So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. We have load number 7 on the dump truck. So this load is going to a customer. I was there last night. I dropped the first load off last night. They wanted 2. So I'm gonna run it out right now and get that taken care of. And then I don't have any deliveries for a few days. I've got a whole bunch in September, but I'm telling you, it is so much nicer delivering firewood when it's nice like this compared to when the weather is nasty. But I'm telling you, fall is here. I don't care what the calendar says. I mean, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt here towards the end of August. I think it was in the 50s this morning, and it'll warm up throughout the day, but it is just absolutely beautiful out. It is first thing in the morning. I need to run out and pick up some supplies, but it is 42 degrees this morning. I have never started a fire in the wood stove in August, and I was actually considering that this morning. Nice chilly morning, but when I get back to the house, we need to put some baskets away, and then we're going to head out to the new Woodyard and do some more work out there, getting ready for the new building. So check this out. This is a piece of red oak right here. This side here is a little bit punky. You can see that. I just split this piece because I'm going to check the moisture content on it. But you can kind of see out here, you know, this was the face that was exposed. Pretty dry to right there. This section in here is pretty wet. So when we check this, out here is probably going to be about 17%, I'm guessing. In here is probably going to be 24 or 25% in here. So if we just check it on the outside here, all right, it's showing 18.4. Check it right here where I just split it, 20%. I mean, that's doable right there, but in the center here, yeah, 23.6. That's red oak. Now this cherry, which dries much faster, %, 18.9%. That's in the center. I just split this piece right here. right, so I have been moving baskets for the last 2 hours or so, getting everything in place. A lot of times people ask me how I keep track of what's dry, what's not dry, and usually I'm pretty good about that, but it was just about to the point where it was going to get away from me. So I'm glad I got everything sorted out and figured out. I got more full baskets down below, which are dry, they're ready to go. But these 12 baskets right here, these will be the next ones to go out on deliveries. That's all cherry and maple, down to around 15-16% moisture content. It's good to go. Now all this down here, this is a different story. There's 30 baskets here. Really nice stuff. It is all oak and hickory. When I say all oak and hickory, it's 99% oak and hickory. There may be just a couple pieces of cherry here and there, but this stuff will definitely not be ready for this winter. This is next season's wood, and this is really good stuff right here. I charge a premium for, you know, all oak and hickory, but probably I don't charge enough, because realistically you probably get, I don't even know, what, 50% more heat out of oak and hickory than you would cherry and maple, you know? I have a lot of people that ask specifically for that, and that's for them next year. Now this basket here, this is a mystery basket. This one was kind of sitting off by itself. At first glance, it looks like it's pretty dry, but I don't think it is. I mean, like this stuff is. This has been dead for a long time. You can hear it. That's dry, but mixed in here, you got some of this bigger stuff, like this right here. I'm gonna take this piece out and we'll check it and see where it is. I have a feeling this basket is gonna go down there for next year. You can kind of see the moisture in there. You can. See what I'm talking about? This appears to be wetter, and you can even feel it. This is wetter right here than this on the end and on the sides. Up here in the end, 22.5. This is gonna be 25. If I could see it. Yeah, 24.8. This is next year's. Now, if this was cherry and it was at 24% right now, come December, this would be ready to burn, but not oak. Levi's working on cleaning out the wood bunker. He's got the split force there. He's using it to downsize pieces that are just a little bit big, but he should have that emptied out by tonight, and I'll clean it out, get rid of all the trash that's left over, and then we'll fill it up again. All right, got the road looking pretty good, and I just moved my pile this way some to make some more room when I'm digging out of the pit. But I was thinking, you know, you would think with a flat location, it would be easy to get ready for a building. But it's not as easy as you would think, because you got to take all that topsoil off, and then you got to replace it with something suitable like this shale here that I put on the road. It's just, I don't know, I kind of like just digging into a hillside somewhere, and you cut in to good material and you're good to go. Whereas with this, you've got to remove material, build it back up, and make sure you build it up enough that water's going to run away from the building. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it, but I got a lot to do here yet. A couple more trees. All that topsoil has to come off and then has to be replaced with shale, you know, brought up probably, if there's 6 inches of topsoil, I'm going to need close to a foot of fill to bring it all back up. Could really use a little bit of rain to two things: get rid of some dust and also help with compaction. Everything is just so dry. I mean, it's unbelievably dry here. In a month, I'll probably be complaining that it's raining every day. So look at that right there. We got the wood bunker all cleaned out. There was a lot of debris in there because that was before we had the tumbler. Then what was happening was you'd take some of it out, put it in baskets, and then put more into it. But we got it all out. Levi just blew it out with a leaf blower. Next week we'll probably fill this back up again. Probably with like maple and cherry.
Yeah.
It'll be so much nicer with it.
Change. It's so nice.
The tumbler.
Yeah, it's like you just did it all by hand and you put what you wanted in there, you know?
Yeah.
There's no mess.
It's incredible. It really is. But Levi and I were just talking. You're going to see this video on Sunday, and Levi's going to have a video on his channel worth checking out for sure. His channel is tied up with the Morgans, but tell him kind of a summary of what you're going to talk about.
Kind of just about deer, mostly in the east. I'm sure it happens in other areas, but just the overpopulation of deer and kind of the impact that has on a lot of things, not just you know, vehicle collisions, right? But a lot of things it negatively impacts. So.
Is there more deer whacked on the highways in hunting season now?
I thought it was actually, there is a little more, there's still more killed in Pennsylvania at least, but I think in places like New Jersey it's pretty close.
Really?
Yeah, with vehicle strikes. Yeah, I thought it wasn't sure because there's a lot of deer, but I imagine there's more animals killed, you know.
You know, what's weird around here, when you drive out the road, like this morning, Hunter and I ran out, there's deer. Once you get close to the housing plans, they're right along the edge of the road. It's like they're becoming tame in those areas. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just, they're everywhere. Yeah. And they just walk across the road. But, you know, like 10 o'clock in the morning, we saw deer just standing right along the edge of the road, you know, and like you just slow down, drive.
You start to like learn your routines, you know. I know Christian, our cousin, and same at our house. They have dogs. We have Luna. They're all fenced in. And the deer, like when we first got Luna, we didn't see any deer, and then they learned quickly she can't get out, you know. And they do the same thing to Christian, and they just know the dogs where they can't get out of, and they don't care. It's crazy.
It is. I saw another buck last night. Matter of fact, I got some pictures I'm going to show you here in a minute. There's two nice ones. I thought it might have been three, but what a difference between when they're in velvet versus when they're all shined up. I'll show you here in a minute. But anyway, check out Levi's channel, Tied Up with the Morgans. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. And yeah, you're going to see this video on Sunday. He'll publish it Sunday morning, maybe before this one. But yeah, the deer. Let me show you these pictures. All right, so check this out. This was on August 3rd. I was out there running the brush cutter at Woodyard 2.0, but this is a really good buck for our area. It's a nice 8-point. He came right up to me, probably within 75 feet. Now, this is the same buck just the other night. He's no longer in velvet, and at first I thought it was a different buck, but it's definitely the same one. This was out in the food plot. And then the other night, I was out there working. This was just a couple nights ago, and I saw this one here. And at first glance, I thought it was the same deer, but it's not. It's a little bit smaller, but it's still a nice 8-point for these parts. But anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I really do. And I will catch you on the next one.